Alright everyone, so today we're back on the Cheap Jeep trailer. Let me show you what we're doing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on the wiring. And you can see I have some of the wiring pulled out. I put an end on it to see if the original wiring would work. And it won't. What happens when you plug it up is it blows a fuse for the running lights. And I've tried tracing it down and taking a look at it. And what I've come to find is that there is a short somewhere in the actual wiring harness. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to go to this. So that is the wiring harness we're going to go to. It's from Harbor Freight. I think it costs about 10 bucks. It's actually pretty thick. It's got some pretty good sized wiring on here, which will be perfect for this. If you wanted to, you could throw out a wire loom, but we're not going to. So for $10, a whole entire wiring loom. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll be using the original brake lights that came on the truck at the Dodson pickup trailer. And these are foreign lights, so they have a bulb for everything. So we're just going to wire up what we need. This center one is a dual filament bulb, so you have a dim, which would be running lights, and then you have a bright, which would be normally tail light. And you have a bright bulb here, a dim bulb here, and a backup bulb here. What we're going to do is we're going to use the dim bulb here and the dim bulb here as a running light, and the one on the side. And then we're going to use the bright filament and the bright bulb here as the brake light / turn signal. And that's how we're going to wire up on both of them. That way the taillights are nice and bright and they work well. It's going to take a little work. We got to splice the wires and get it all done correct, but we'll see if it will work just like that. So let's go ahead and rip out all the old wiring that's in there, run the new stuff, and start wiring this up. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do today, besides finish up the wiring on that side, before we get the wiring tacked up because of heat from welding, I want to get the jack mocked up. I went with a Bulldog. Basically, you can get them from Tractor Supply. They're pretty easy, but the special part we went with that was swivel with a locking pin and a weld-on mount. Now, the weld-on mount is very special because the trailer here does not have a whole lot of room. We can take this and weld it on, and we can take the jack on and off as we need. Now, this guy, one, is far more than we will need, but also it'll fit perfectly like this. Let me get you a better shot and I'll show you. The advantage to this is we can weld this where we need it, and then what we do is we can put our jack on with the locking pin, right? But then if we don't want the jack on the trailer, we can either take it and we can swivel it like so, the option is to take it completely off, leaving behind just that, and then we store the jack somewhere else. So it gives us multiple options on something to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and grind some of this off. We're going to get this mocked up and tacked on here so that we can weld it, because I don't want to weld it with wiring near here. I don't want to ruin the wiring. So we're going to get this done first. Let's tackle it. So it's a few days later. I apologize. We had some weather coming in and a few other things. I had to work against the clock, so I didn't get to film everything. But we got the jack mounted. We got the chains mounted, and then we got the wiring completely finished. All that is done. So the reason I mounted the jack like this is, one, it gives me clearance to open my tire carrier just such. It gives you clearance here so you can turn without hitting the jack every time. So you can leave it stored this way. And you can still pivot it. So you just yank this guy right here and pivot, and then you put your locking pin back in like so, and then you've got a good jack. And this will be good so when you take, not only when you take the tongue off, but when you go to unhitch and you want to level the trailer out a little bit. And this will also be good when you want to level the trailer out and pull some slack out of the suspension when you're sitting in the rooftop tent we plan to put on top. The other thing this does too is you can take this completely off, and then you can just store this guy somewhere else, which is also nice in case you need extreme clearance or something else. A lot of people say you're supposed to bolt them on. I think my welds are more than strong enough to hold the chain on, so it's just fine. I haven't decided if that's how long I want the cable to come down with articulating all directions. We'll find out. I might take this and tack it up another place. And to hold these there, I just got some of these cable, the conduit clamps, and just screwed them in. I had to tack weld them in on this piece because it's a 1/2 inch thick, and I just have a problem drilling with that with a regular drill. So I just tacked that guy on there, and I could do the same right here if I needed to. Okay, so this whole section of the trailer is done. The trailer's street legal, towable. It tows very well. I tested out down the road, hence the dirt. The one last thing we have to do, or two last things I should say we have to do, is to mount a rooftop tent. And the second thing is we have to put leveling jacks on the back. And it's not so much to level the trailer, because we use blocks for that. It's to pull any shaking out of the suspension so that the tent can be opened properly. And for all those who want to see how the lights turned out, there they are. Mind you, this is during the day, so we'll be brighter at night. Not too bad. You can see how this one's running. That one's flashing and that one's flashing, but this one also stays on in between each blink. But if you do have any questions or suggestions, please hit the comments down below. If you liked the video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for watching this video. Have a good one.